Have you ever found yourself staring at the number 000? Its silent mystery capturing your attention as if whispering to you from the fabric of the universe itself? Imagine this. You're awake late at night. The room around you drenched in darkness, except for the subtle glow of your digital clock. The numbers flash 00, exactly midnight, the point where one day seamlessly blends into another. But in that fleeting moment, it feels like more than just a simple change of date. It feels like a doorway, a silent invitation from something greater, something ancient and timeless. You wonder, what exactly is this number trying to tell me? Why is my mind drawn, again and again, to those three enigmatic zeros? Welcome, seekers and explorers. Today we're diving deep into the infinite mystery that is angel number 000, a sequence not just symbolic of nothingness, but of boundless potential, eternal cycles, and the deep, unknowable energies of the cosmos. Far from an empty cipher, 000 represents the very essence of existence, a state of pure possibility waiting to manifest. Together, we'll uncover forgotten stories and ancient wisdom about the number 0 from civilizations long lost to time. We'll journey through philosophical inquiries about the nature of emptiness and infinite possibility, unraveling why mystics, alchemists, and spiritual leaders have been fascinated and sometimes terrified by the concept of absolute nothingness. But our journey won't stop there. We'll explore how understanding the power of 0 can radically transform your life, awakening you to hidden possibilities and aligning your consciousness with universal truths. What if 0 wasn't merely the absence of something, but rather the presence of everything yet to come? What if it represented an infinite reset, a cosmic clean slate, offering you the power to rewrite your own story? So, if you're ready to peer behind the veil and explore a mystery as old as the universe itself, prepare yourself. Because once you truly understand the infinite wisdom of 000, you'll never see the world or yourself in the same way again. Long before the modern world adopted 0 as just another digit in our number line, this seemingly simple symbol carried an almost sacred weight. The earliest recorded use of 0 dates back to ancient Mesopotamia around 300 BC, where scribes inscribed a placeholder symbol in cuneiform tablets, an acknowledgement of nothing, yet a powerful tool that clarified larger calculations. But it was in 5th century India that 0 blossomed into a full-fledged numeral known as śūnya, meaning empty or void. Sanskrit mathematicians not only embraced its practical utility, but also began to probe its deeper implications. What did it mean for something to truly be nothing? This dual nature, as both absence and potential, captivated great thinkers across cultures. In ancient Mayan civilization, a dot and shell glyph served a similar purpose, marking a gap in their calendar. Meanwhile, Greek philosophers wrestled with the concept of the void. Aristotle famously rejected the existence of nothingness as a physical reality, arguing instead for a universe that must always be something. Yet even he could not escape the tantalizing paradox. If nothing can exist, does it point toward a dimension beyond our senses? By the time medieval Europe emerged from the Dark Ages, 0 remained a contentious import from the Islamic world, where Persian and Arab scholars had preserved and expanded upon Indian discoveries. To Christian theologians of the 12th century, 0 bore an unsettling resonance with the void, the very realm beyond God's creation. Some clerics feared that contemplating emptiness might lead the mind away from divine fullness and toward nihilistic despair. As a result, zero was alternately embraced for its mathematical utility and shunned for its metaphysical unsettling of comfortable certainties. Yet within alchemical laboratories and esoteric circles, zero became a symbol of transformation. Alchemists sketched the Ouroboros, the serpent devouring its own tail, to illustrate the cyclical dance of life, death, and rebirth. A perfect visual companion to the notion of a circle, that contains both all and nothing. Renaissance mystics likened the empty center to the divine source, a silent stillness from which creation endlessly springs forth. In Eastern philosophy, the concept of emptiness, or śūnya-and, became even more profound. Buddhist masters taught that clinging to any fixed thing inevitably leads to suffering. True liberation arises when one embraces the empty nature of self and phenomenon. Taoist sages spoke of Wu, the mysterious non-being at the heart of the Tao, suggesting that the uncarved block, the unpainted canvas, holds infinite possibilities precisely because it is formless. Across cultures, then, zero was never merely a numeral. It was an invitation to contemplate the deepest layers of reality. Why, then, did so many traditions bury or obscure its true meaning? Partly out of fear. The abyss of non-existence can be as terrifying as it is liberating. Partly out of dogma. Institutions that rely on fixed doctrines often recoil from the boundless freedom that zero implies. Yet these ancient insights survive, hidden in cryptic manuscripts and whispered among secret societies. They tell us that within the void lies the power to reset, to transcend old limitations, and to open ourselves to new possibilities. By reclaiming the wisdom of zero, we step into a lineage of seekers who understood that nothing is not a lack, but a canvas for infinite becoming. Now that we've traced zero's winding path through forgotten temples and dusty tomes, it's time to unravel its core essence. Why does 000, not one, not two zeros, but three in succession, resonate with such profound power? At first glance, 000 seems like a redundancy, as if emphasizing the emptiness it represents. But in fact, it magnifies the very qualities of zero: pure potential, absolute reset, and an open invitation to creation. Think of a cosmic canvas wiped clean. Where other numbers define limits, zero dissolves them. 3 zeros together multiply that effect into infinity, like 3 concentric rings of possibility that extend beyond any horizon. Imagine standing at a mountain summit at dawn. The sky is untouched by human colors, a pristine expanse where you could paint any dream imaginable. That blank expanse is 000. It is the moment just before thought crystallizes into action, the pregnant pause before life's next great leap. In spiritual terms, 000 symbolizes the great void, not a void of nothingness, but a womb of everything yet to be born. To understand this, we dive into the metaphor of the cosmic pulse. Ancient Hermetic texts describe the universe as breathing in and out, expanding and contracting in eons-long rhythms. Each inhalation draws all existence into the silent core. Each exhalation manifests new worlds. The inhalation phase corresponds to 0, the gathering of all threads into a silent nucleus. Seeing 000 may signal that the universe itself is in such a receptive phase, inviting you to align your intentions with its cyclical rhythm. But 0 is not passive. It carries a silent urgency, a whisper from your higher self urging, "Now is the time to reimagine." Where have you grown too fixed in your beliefs? What patterns have you repeated long after they lost their power? 000 overheats the status quo. It demands that you let go of outdated scripts. In the same way that alchemists heated base metals to transform them into gold, 000 invites you to apply inner heat to burn away rigid thoughts and outdated fears. Here's a story to illustrate. A 19th century Zen master once led a student to a mountain cliff's edge. There, he held out an empty lacquered bowl and asked, "What is inside?" Expecting a trick question, the student peered in and saw nothing. The master smiled, that nothing is the beginning of everything. Only when your mind is empty can it reflect the universe as it is. 000 is that lacquered bowl, a vessel of perfect emptiness ready to receive infinite reflection. Yet, unlike a one-time ritual, 000 is a constant echo. When you encounter 000 on a receipt, a clock face, or in a dream, it's not a one-off sign, but a recurring reminder. Return to the blank slate. Each appearance urges you to check in with your alignment. Are the goals, beliefs, and energies you've carried still serving your highest path? If not, 000 is your cue to rewrite the code. At the same time, Zero's power is subtle. You won't feel fireworks or see dramatic fireworks when 000 flashes before you. Instead, notice a quiet shift in perspective, a softening of rigid shoulds and musts, replaced by a flicker of what if. That flicker is the spark of creation itself. We're only beginning to scratch the surface. In the next section, we'll explore how Zero's paradoxes, emptiness as fullness, stillness as movement, play out in everyday life, and how misinterpreting these nuances can trap us in loops of avoidance rather than genuine renewal. We'll also separate myth from medicine, debunking the idea that 0 is mere nihilism and revealing its true function as a potent catalyst for change. For now, carry this thought. When you see 000, you're standing at the threshold of infinite possibility. The void before you is not to be feared, but embraced. For within its silent chambers lies the power to reconfigure your reality from the ground up. In our last section, we saw how 000 beckons us into the great void of potential and urges an inner alchemy of renewal. Yet Zero's power is laced with paradoxes that confound even the wisest seekers. To truly harness 000, we must dive deeper into these contradictions and learn why many have mistaken its gift for a trap. The paradox of emptiness as fullness. At first, 0 appears as absolute emptiness, but in sacred geometry, the empty circle is the most fertile form, an unmarked canvas waiting for creation. Ancient yogic teachings describe the bindu, point, at the center of a circle as the source of all manifestation. Similarly, the Zen koan, "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" points to 0 as the gateway to non-dual awareness. In other words, 0's emptiness is pregnant with the seed of everything. Yet, and here lies the paradox, many who encounter 000 assume it signals a lack, a void to flee from. In their fear, they rush to fill every moment with distraction, ignoring the quiet portal that beckons beyond the noise. Misconception: 0 is nihilism. A common myth about 000 is that it stands for meaninglessness or despair. In popular culture, empty spaces often evoke loneliness or depression. But spiritual traditions flip that script. Buddhist śūnya-and, emptiness, teaches that clinging to any fixed self or object breeds suffering. Liberation arises when we embrace empty awareness, free from rigid labels. Christian mystics spoke of the apophatic path, knowing God by negation, by saying, not this, not that. Zero, then, isn't nihilism. It's anti-attachment. It shatters the idol of I, so you can glimpse the boundless self beyond all concepts. Confusing zero with nothingness keeps you chained to limiting beliefs. Honoring its deeper message releases you into infinite possibility. Paradox of stillness as movement. Play a looped video of a silent lake at dawn. To the casual eye, the surface is still. Yet beneath, the currents swirl, life teems, and change is constant. Zero stillness conceals dynamic flow. The Tao Te Ching calls the mysterious source the nameless. This formless still point is the mother of 10,000 things. Likewise, 000 represents the still center around which the wheel of time turns. To misread it as mere pause is to mistake the reflection for absence of depth. In spiritual practice, this teaches us to cultivate inner silence, allowing subtle shifts of insight, intuition, and creativity to emerge unnoticed. The loop of avoidance. Because zero stands for emptiness, some seekers mistake it for an escape hatch. If I wipe my slate clean, I can avoid hard choices. But real renewal demands engagement. Alchemists knew this. You don't merely purge the base metal. You heat, fume, and refine it until its essence emerges. In the same vein, 000 is not an invitation to numbness, but to conscious transformation. When you chase zero as escape, you fall into a loop, avoiding discomfort without moving forward. The gift of 000 calls you to lean into uncertainty, to refine your soul's goal through active inner work. Hidden insight, the 0-point field. Modern physics hints at something remarkably akin to the mystical void, the 0-point energy field. Quantum vacuum fluctuations mean that even empty space seethes with virtual particles and inexhaustible energy. Though invisible, it underpins all matter and motion. This scientific echo of ancient teachings reminds us that zero is not a barren wasteland, but a roiling sea of hidden force. Recognizing this link can inspire both rational curiosity and spiritual awe, bridging science and mystery in one profound realization. Alignment through cycles. Finally, zero's essence is cyclical. 000 suggests the great cycle of birth, death, and rebirth that permeates nature. Night gives way to dawn, seasons turn, hearts break and heal. When 000 appears, it may coincide with a cusp in your own life cycle, a relationship ending, a career shifting, an inner identity dissolving. By understanding zero's cyclical nature, you learn to flow with endings and beginnings, rather than resisting them. You see that every closure is the midwife to a new beginning, and every beginning traces back to a moment of empty readiness. As we've seen, the deeper realms of 000 contain layers of paradox. Emptiness pregnant with creation, stillness alive with motion, faith beyond form. In our next section, we'll translate these insights into practical rituals and daily practices so you can walk with zero as a living ally, not a distant abstraction. Now that we've mapped zero's mystical terrain, let's bring its power into your everyday life. Here are 5 practical ways to work with 000 rituals and exercises that transform abstract insight into living magic. 1. Midnight blank-slate meditation. When you see 000 on the clock, take it as an invitation. Sit comfortably in dim light, close your eyes, and breathe deeply for 5 slow counts in and out. Visualize a dark canvas expanding across your mind. No images, no thoughts, just spacious awareness. With each exhale, imagine releasing one worry or limiting belief. With each inhale, feel the fertile silence of possibilities settling in. After 5 minutes, open your eyes and journal the first "what if" question that arises. This practice trains you to spot zero's moments of reset and to consciously plant new seeds of intention. 2. The lacquered-bowl reflection. Recall the Zen master's lacquered bowl. Perfect emptiness that mirrors everything. Each morning, place an empty bowl or glass before you. As you sip water or tea, regard the vessel as sacred. Its emptiness is your mirror. Notice judgments, plans, or mental clutter reflecting back. Without trying to change them, simply observe. After 3 rounds, write down one small action you'll take today to clear mental baggage, e.g., decluttering your workspace, letting go of a petty grievance. This anchors zero's reminder that true clarity arises when we stop resisting what is. 3rd, 0-point energy visualization. Borrowing from quantum ideas, visualize yourself floating within a vast, star-speckled void that hums with silent energy. Do this for 2 minutes before any creative work, writing, designing, strategizing. Imagine drawing a thin thread of power from the void into your heart center, fueling your next task. This simple visualization bridges science and spirit, reminding you that even empty moments contain the spark of creation. 4. Threefold release ritual. 000's significance calls for a 3-step release. At any time you feel stuck, pause and list 3 things you're holding on to that no longer serve you. Old habits, outdated beliefs, or toxic relationships. Write each on a slip of paper, fold them, and tuck them into a safe release box or envelope. Over the week, add 3 more. By the 7th day, perform a symbolic release. Burn, safely, bury, or shred the slips, symbolizing zero's alchemy of transformation. You'll feel lighter, with mental space cleared for new opportunities. 5. Embracing cycles with a zero map. Create a circular zero map on paper. Draw a large circle divided into 3 equal slices labeled endings, stillness, and beginnings. At the start of each month, or lunar cycle, spend 10 minutes filling in each slice. Note what's closing, projects, chapters, where you need inner stillness, meditation, rest, and what you intend to birth, goals, passions. Keep this map visible on your desk or wall as a living reminder that zero's cycle powers your personal growth. Over time, you'll see patterns and align your actions with natural rhythms instead of fighting against endings. Avoiding common pitfalls. Mistaking zero for stagnation. If you feel inertia after these practices, it means you're still clinging to old stories. Double down on your release rituals. Chasing avoidance. Don't use zero as an excuse to procrastinate. Always pair emptiness with intentional action, planting seeds in the newly cleared space. Overcomplicating rituals. Keep them simple. Zero's power lies in stillness and clarity, not elaborate ceremony. By weaving these methods into your routine, you transform 000 from an abstract concept into an active ally. Zero becomes your daily checkpoint, a pulse reminding you that each moment holds the potential to reset, to alchemize old into new, and to step into your fullest expression. As we draw the curtain on our exploration of 000, the ultimate cipher of infinite possibility, remember this: every time you glimpse 000, you stand at the edge of a vast, uncharted realm. You're not peering into a barren void, but into the womb of creation itself, where every thought, intention, and dream can be woven into existence. Zero is not your enemy. It is your cosmic ally, urging you to release what no longer serves and to plant seeds of radical renewal. In ancient temples and modern laboratories alike, zero has whispered its paradox: emptiness as fullness, stillness as dynamic flow, ending as the doorway to new beginnings. By embracing its lessons through midnight meditations, lacquered-bowl reflections, zero-point visualizations, threefold release rituals, and cyclical zero maps, you learn to ride the pulse of the universe rather than resist it. You become the alchemist of your own life, transmuting fear into freedom, attachment into awareness, and endings into fresh starts. So here's my final invitation. The next time 000 appears before you, on the clock, in a dream, or within the silent spaces of your mind, pause, breathe, ask yourself, what will I create now that I've cleared the canvas? Allow the silent echo of zero to guide your answer, and then take one small, decisive step in that direction. If this journey has shifted something in your heart, share your experience below. Have you felt the power of zero in your own life? What new possibilities are stirring in your soul? Your stories not only deepen your own awareness, but spark transformation in everyone who reads them. And if you found hidden wisdom in this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell, so you never miss an invitation to awaken. Because in the grand tapestry of existence, every thread matters, and every moment can be the 0 point where your next great story begins. Thank you for stepping into the void with me. Until next time, may your canvas remain open, your spirit stay curious, and your life be ever in creative flow.